Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, we're going to be taking a look at some very spooky mummies that can actually be found in Armadillo, and how they're also coming back to life as well. So I think this is something a lot of you guys pointed out to me after one of my videos I did the other day, where I was actually exploring Armadillo looking for some more of those undead nightmare zombies with the glowing green eyes, and one of the pits I actually stumbled in had a mummy, or at least it was someone wrapped up in this white, cloth, and they were just marked as stranger on the map, and you could pick them up and you could pretty much do whatever you wanted with them. And from a couple of the comments in that video, a lot of you guys were asking, why would there be mummies in a place like New Austin or in Armadillo? And I think the answer is pretty obvious. Just like we see all the other dead bodies around there, this is because of the cholera plague.
Hey, whoa! Keep your distance, friend. These bodies ain't safe to be around.
Oh, Lord, you're heavy. Oh.
What's wrong with them? Aside from being dead.
You ain't heard about the cholera plague in Armadillo? Most of the towns either died or up and left.
So, why are you burning them?
It's what the town folk want. Trying to stop the spread. Terrible business. But lucrative, I have to say.
Rose, honey, someone's coming. Look!
Okay, well, I think that should do it. Let's go. We're leaving town. There's a cholera epidemic. I suggest you do the same.
Where? Oh, come on. Let's go. Let's...
Well, good luck to you.
And you, sir. Stay clear of town.
Safe travels.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, mister. I'd keep my distance out with you. Cholera. Smart move is move right on through town. Don't look back. But you do what you want.
What are you doing there, anyway?
I'm taking them to gravesite just on the other side of town. Well, at least y'all ain't off to be burned at Coots, that's for sure.
Beer and whiskey's about the only thing left that's safe to drink in this town. I should warn you, I'm sick, but so is pretty much everyone else around here. Apart from that son of a bitch who runs the general store. That might be the cruelest irony of them all. Cholera's a horrible business, mister. I wouldn't stay around here any longer than you need to. Especially if you got loved ones expecting you home. Anyway, sorry to be a misery, friend. A few more drinks and I'll have a smile on my face again.
Now, if you guys are interested in the entire story of why Armadillo is cursed, why people are dying, I will leave a link to a video I did a couple of months ago in the description that outlines all of the hidden lines of dialogue and documents that you can find in-game that tells us why cholera is so prevalent in Armadillo and why the town is cursed. But that should explain why people are seeing these mysterious mummies. However, things take a pretty interesting twist. Now, I think that this is only happening in Red Dead Online, but I could be wrong. Now, I have never personally seen this before, but a lot of you guys have pointed this out to me, that the mummies are coming back to life. Like they're reincarnating themselves. So I'm going to show you guys some gameplay on the screen right now that literally shows mummies walking about the town of Armadillo like nothing is even wrong. Like, you can see them doing a couple of things. They'll be walking like normal, which is kind of weird. It sort of like stretches out the little like white sheet they have wrapped around them. And then number two, you'll see them like hopping around, which is also kind of interesting, which I guess would make a little bit more sense if your feet were so tied up. That would be the way that you would walk around. So when players started to see these videos, they were like, what the heck is going on here? Why are these mummies coming back to life? And what's funny is you can interact with them as if they were a normal alive person. You could beat them up, you could hog tie them, you could light them on fire, you could shoot them, you could pretty much do whatever you wanted. So again, that begs the question, why are these mummies coming back to life? Is it a case of someone being buried and considered dead, but they actually weren't and they're trying to escape? Is it a glitch? Let's talk about what we know in Red Dead Online, and that is that the game takes place a couple of years before the story of Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, I'm pretty sure that this would mean that the cholera plague is still in Armadillo, that it hasn't either moved on or it still is started. If you were to go to Armadillo in Red Dead Online, you would still notice that the town is rather decrepit and it's still pretty sketchy. So I believe that the cholera plague is still going on here, which means that it would be unlikely that a mummy who would be considered dead would somehow come back to life. So to me, that leaves us with two possibilities here. The first is that this is just simply a glitch. Now, this is probably the least fun scenario here. Now, I don't know how something like this would happen where a dead body would ultimately come back to life, but we have seen strange and spooky stuff. So it wouldn't shock me if something happened and it caused the NPC to come back to life, and it just triggered all the NPCs to be alive, and that included the ones that had already been made into mummies. So maybe it is a glitch, and if it is a glitch, it likely means that there's really nothing to this. It's just kind of weird and interesting to see a mummy walking around. Or number two, this could be yet another hint that something is going on in-game, whether that be in Red Dead Redemption 2 or in Red Dead Online. Now, we're inching closer and closer to Halloween. In fact, when I'm recording this video, tomorrow is the first day of October, which means we're getting into that fall spooky season. So could this be yet another hint that Rockstar is doing that something will happen for the Halloween season in Red Dead Online? I mean, wouldn't it be cool if when Halloween rolled around, Rockstar did something where like the entire town of Armadillo turned into mummies and they just had this Halloween vibe going on? That would be pretty awesome. We've seen them do this in the past very minorly. Remember last year when it was sort of in the Christmas holiday time? Rockstar transitioned all the songs that were played on the saloon pianos to like Christmas music. And even the music that NPCs would play on instruments like guitars and banjos, they would all be turned into Christmas songs. Now that was pretty simple enough, but it was a cool way to celebrate the time of the year. So again, it begs the question, will Rockstar do the same thing, but this time with Halloween, and will they be altering the way the NPCs look? Now, would something like this happen in single player? I think that is less likely. The first reason for that is all the footage we've seen so far, at least of the mummies being alive, has happened in online. So I would imagine that if something's going to happen, that's where it would likely take place. And also, number two, remember the other day Rockstar came out and said, like, wait a minute, we're focused on online content. We're not really focused on single player and things like Undead Nightmare. Now, I think that's a little bit unfortunate that Rockstar looks to be abandoning all ties to expanding the single player and the story mode, but that could give us hope that we might get something cool for Halloween in Red Dead Online. And even in that same interview, Rockstar said they had a lot of fun doing things for Halloween in GTA Online. So it wouldn't be shocking if we saw something like that. So I think we could see some mummies coming back to life in Red Dead Online soon. It's happening right now in-game if you were to go to Armadillo, which makes it even creepier. And last but not least, we're going to be looking at a bonus video today. As I was doing some research on the topic of mummies, I stumbled across this video on the Red Dead Mystery subreddit. Look at this NPC. Now, I know that Armadillo is like infected with cholera and there's a plague going on. But this NPC looks like Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars, like another level of creepy. So how is this explained? I don't know. I found this to be incredibly weird. Just yet another thing that you can find in Armadillo that is beyond horrifying, that's for sure. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Have you experienced something like this in Red Dead Redemption 2 where you've seen mummies walking around? Have you even found the mummies in single player? What did you think of it? Did you not think anything of it at all because of the town of Armadillo and the cholera plague? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, more in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.